right, you're just gonna have like a little preview of these here because I can't really move them anymore to hide them. So anyways, you get a little preview. So this was not the video that I had planned for this Friday. However, long story short, earlier in the week, my baby Dorian, he got really sick Monday night, and I spent about 6 hours at the emergency vet clinic with him, and we got home in like the middle of the night and like barely slept that night. And then I ended up taking the next day off of work just to like monitor him really closely because I had to like make sure that he didn't have any other symptom or like any reoccurring symptoms, because if he did, I was gonna have to take him back. Thank God he didn't. And each day he's like gotten like a little more playful and everything. Like he's back there playing with Arya now, so I feel like we're kind of good. He still has to get medicine, which he hates, but anyways, so it has just been, y'all know how obsessed I am with my cats. Like they are truly my purpose in life. They're the reason I get up in the morning, and I'm just kind of like emotionally, mentally, physically drained. I'm still like so tired. My body is finally like starting to catch up on all the sleep that I lost in the first half of the week. I can't muster any more brain power to do the video that I was going to do today because it was going to be like descriptions, recommendations, all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, that's going to be a steaming hot pile of garbage. So instead, I did a bookshelf tour last week. I'll link the video down below. And I realized how many books I physically own that I haven't read yet. So I'm going to show you my entire physical TBR. And what I think I'm going to do when I start putting them back, I'm going to number them and I'm going to keep track on like a little note sheet. And then next year, I think I'm going to do like every other month a reading vlog of reading like 3 or 5 random books off of my physical TBR, because looking at it down here, it's like, this is kind of ridiculous. I really want to prioritize my physical TBR next year and get caught up on books that I already own. But anyways, let's get into them all. These are in alphabetical order by author name because that's how I have my shelves organized, because that's the best way I can do it right now because I'm like completely out of shelf space. So the first book that I have is Over the Moon by K.K. Allen. I'm pretty sure K.K. Allen is one of the authors of Book Bonanza next year. This one's already signed, so I won't take it. I got sent this one by like a marketing company. So I definitely want to read this one and try to find some more of her books. This one sounds good. It sounds like a sports romance. Like I think this guy's a football player and she like lives next door. It does sound maybe a little small towny, but we'll see. I don't know. I did just read Flawless, so maybe I'm about yeehaw now. Next, The Chronicle of Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So I read the first 2 books in the From Blood and Ash series. I had this pre-ordered. I got this the day it came out, and I haven't touched it. I haven't felt like reading it. So many people didn't like this book, and now I've kind of fallen so far behind in this series that I just genuinely don't know if I feel like continuing on. I'm still holding on to it because I think there is potential down the road that I will. Maybe one of these reading vlogs, if this gets pulled, then that's going to push me to read it. So, but you're back to playing. That makes Mom happy. Aww. Hi, sweetheart. I love you. You have fun. Okay, next is one that I got while thrifting, King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. So this is a spin-off characters from the Shadow and Bone trilogy. Love that. This is the first book. It's a duology. I think the second, this, and I don't know what the other one is. But I definitely want to read this because this one follows Nikolai, and I really liked him a lot from the Shadow and Bone series. So looking forward to reading that eventually. Next, I think there are there 4 books in this series? Okay, I don't know how many books are in this series, but I think there's a green one somewhere in here. But I have 3 books by Louise Bay, and I don't even know what this series is called. I don't know. They're all Mr. something. So Mr. Smithfield, Mr. Park Lane, and Mr. Mayfair. So I don't know. These all look like, I don't know, like CEO billionaire romances with the suits on the cover. I like these covers a lot. I haven't read any of these, but I would like to try. So, and I think they're all standalones. Yeah, single parent. Maybe this one's Second Chance. And Fake Dating, maybe? I have high hopes for these. Again, I just haven't gotten around to them, but this is gonna push me. And lastly, for that shelf, I have the 2 books in the WAG series by Elle Kennedy and Serena Bowen. So this is the spinoff of the Him and Us duet. This one, I don't know why I haven't read these yet, because I freaking love that duet so much. And these are both hockey romances still. And I think this one is like brother's best friend or like brother's roommate. I don't know what this one is, but it's dogs and hockey. Like, I don't know why I haven't yet. I really don't. I couldn't tell you. Okay, next, the second shelf is pretty short. So you still need to freaking read this. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, a spinoff from The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games was my ride or die series growing up. That's where my true love for reading started when I was younger, and when this came out, again, I pre-ordered it. Again, I got it the day it came out. And again, I got like 3 chapters in and I stopped because I don't know why. I like can't bring myself to keep going in this. I think because I don't want to be done with Hunger Games content a second time. You know, like it already felt like when Mockingjay ended, it was like a loss knowing that I wasn't ever going to like read anything new in this world. And now this is out. So you think I would want to dive in right away. But I think now with my brain, with knowing that like I haven't read it yet, then it's like, oh, it's still out there. I don't know. I'll read it for sure before the movie comes out. Then I have Tamed Her by Caitlin Dare. Again, I don't even really know what this one is. It looks like maybe from the back of this is a bully romance. I don't know, and I've never read anything by that author, so would like to get to it eventually. And Dangerous Temptation by Gianna Darling. This is her contribution in the Midnight Dynasty series. Very excited to read this. I don't have the second one, which is Beautiful Nightmare, but I really like this world a lot, and obviously I love Gianna, so definitely want to get to that soon. You know what, I need to shut up and stop saying that I need to get to these soon. I hope to get to that soon. You say that for every fucking book, and then you know what you do? You don't get to them. So, Hollow Heathens by Nicole Fiorina. This one I did put on my October TBR. It is currently October 19th today. Will I get to it this month still? To be determined. But I would really like to get to it. It's like a spooky, witchy time, and I love the Stay With Me series. I just bought this a couple of weeks ago, Say Yes by Lucia Franco. This is the like extended epilogue novella kind of to go with Hush Hush. I just read Hush Hush the other month. Y'all know how I feel about Lucia Franco. So I'm very, very excited to read this, and at least it's quick. I will for sure be reading this year. Like this won't make it into these vlogs moving forward of like picking random ones, because that I will be finishing. Next, I have Black Sunshine and The Blood Is Love by Karina Halley. I'm pretty sure there are 1 or 2 more books even in this series, and I think it's like vampires and stuff. Again, I think I put this one on my TBR for this month. Once again, have not gotten to. And okay, I was just like, you need to stop saying I'll get to them soon, but these I actually will be getting to soon. Daisy Hates and Magnolia Parks The Long Way Home. So I read Magnolia Parks for a vlog that you are going to see on Tuesday next week. And I have these 2 to jump into next. So stay tuned for that Magnolia Parks reading. Well, it's not just Magnolia Parks. It's reading hyped booktube books, but Magnolia Parks is in there. And yeah. Next, I got a whole stack of Liza James books. So again, I put this one on my October TBR. Have I gotten to it yet? No. Will I get to it? To be determined. Faded by Liza James. And then the second one is Descent. I freaking love these covers. I think these are so pretty. Liza James has amazing covers. Because then I also have Vibe and Hush. And this is a duet. Dark, sapphic, cults. I am going to for sure finish this one by the end of the year, because here's the thing. This is for my Banned Forbidden Taboo reading vlog part 3 that has been in the works since quite literally April of this year. I read 2 of the books back in April and have not read the other 2 for it. So I need to finish that vlog this year. There's no way in hell I'm letting myself go out of the year of 2022 without finishing it. So we'll get to this one soon. Next, I have the These Violent Delights series or something by Jessica Hawkins. So Violent Delights is book 1, Violent Ends is book 2, and then Violent Triumphs is book 3. I've never read anything by Jessica Hawkins. Is she gonna be a book bonanza too? Yes. I haven't read anything by her, but I do have like multiple of her series on my TBR, physical and also like Kindle TBR. So this is like a cartel romance, and I think it's an arranged marriage too, right? Hi, Dory Ray. And okay, these I just got from Mystic Box. Will I read these special editions? Probably not. I think actually what I'll do is I'll download them on Kindle and read them on there, because I don't like reading my special edition books. But the Callie Hart Mystic Box just came out. So it is the Blood and Roses series, volume 1 and volume 2. So what are these books actually called? Deviant is book 1. Wait, Fallen book 4. Wait, are there seriously 3 books inside of this? This does not look that big. I just thought that is this seriously 3 books? Oh my gosh, they're really short. That is book 1 right there. And then Fraction book 2. So actually, is this all of the books? Well, goddamn. All right. I haven't read anything by Callie Hart before either. So if I pull one of these on my vlogs next year, I just know I will probably read them on Kindle, because I don't like touching my special editions. Like, yes, I own them, but doesn't mean I want to take them out of their pristine condition. Okay, next shelf over here. This is literally like an entire stock of Ammo Jones's books. So I have Manic, one of her standalones. That is a higher price. Stop it. I'm not even going to say it. The Elite Kings Club bind up. So this is the first 5 books in the Elite Kings Club. Like, this legitimately could be a weapon. Like, if I had a break-in, this is one that I could be like, and so this one, and then I think these two go with it. I don't, Sancte Diaboli? I know I just sounded stupid, but part 1 and part 2, those go with that. And then I have, and what is it? Is it Peace Lies Havoc that I'm reading right now? Because that's our Smut Club pick for this month that I co-host with Cheyenne. So I have that one and I'm currently reading it. It's somewhere in my apartment. But then I have book 2, which is in Fury, Lies, Mischief. And In Silence She Screams is book 3, and I don't have book 4. But I know book 4 just came out, right? Love those covers. Next, oh my gosh, this had a huge stack. So again, ones that were sent to me that I literally don't know any. Oh, at least this is a book 1 in a series. Road to Fire by Maria Louise. I'm hoping it's a dark romance by the looks of that. And then Dare You to Love Me. Ooh, oh, cute. Even the bookmark is signed. Let's see. I think this one was, oh yeah, it's a single parent and CEO romance. So have both of those. Tell Me Lies by Carol Loving. So I know my friend and I were going to buddy read this and then we never did, but I like the cover a lot. I do want to read it at some point, but I honestly might just watch the Netflix show because this isn't even a romance. Then Curveball by Samantha Lind, a baseball romance. I have not read a baseball romance in a really, really long time. So actually, that kind of sounds kind of good right now. The cover model, not the best, but pop off. Her Soul for Revenge. Okay, this is one that I put on my October TBR that I'm still really, really, really hoping to get to once I get through the 2 books for my book club, and It Starts With Us. That's kind of like my 3 priority reads right now, and I still would really, really like to get this one. This is the second book in the Souls trilogy by Harley LaRue. Loved the first one. So very excited to get to this one. Then I have the first book in the Kingmaker series by Sophie Lark. I still want to read Brutal Birthright first, but I'm hoping to actually do like a reading, Sophie Lark reading vlog, hopefully this year still. I don't know, November's already kind of filling up, but I'm hoping maybe December. So really excited to get to some of the Sophie Lark stuff because similar to that, I have There Are No Saints and I haven't read anything by Sophie Lark yet, but I freaking love this cover. I also love the illustrated ones, but I really, really like this cover as well. And I know this is like a serial killer one, vibes. Brave Cove by A.M. Kuzi. So I don't know what this one is. I know it's book 7. So I think if I drew this one for like reading my physical TBR vlog, I'd maybe go back and read book 1 and kind of like see then if I'd want to keep going. I don't know. I've never read anything by this author before. I don't know. And then I have one that's been on my shelves for arguably the longest is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. I got this back when I used to read like mostly fantasy, and I don't really read YA fantasy anymore. But I would still like to give it a go because I think it's like, is it a Beauty and the Beast retelling, I think? I'm still intrigued by it, so I'm still holding on to it because I still would like to give it a go at some point. Okay, another, although I think this one, I've heard it gets spicy, but also I don't really trust TikTok. I don't know if I trust that this is like actually spicy because it's like I read like hot, and I feel like this might end up being like mild salsa. But Kingdom of the Cursed, the second book in, what is this series even called? The Kingdom of the Wicked series, maybe? I read the first book earlier this year and I did like it. I've heard better things about book 2, so I have high hopes, and this cover is freaking amazing. Like, one of my favorite covers I've ever seen. This is stunning. Next, I have Neon Gods by Katie Robert. One of my friends was unhauling this, and she asked if she sent like a picture of a stack, and I have not read this one, so I was like, I will take it. I've heard good things. I like, you know, Greek mythology kind of like inspired romances, so we'll see. And then again, 2 that I don't think I have early ones in the series. So Right Rival looks like it is, how many down is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is book 11 in the series. And what do I have here? Right That Got Away? 11 and 12. Yikes. Oh, but is this one? Oh my God, I think this one is a rockstar romance. Oh, wait, what's this one? Enemies to Lovers. Ooh, okay, interest peaked. Okay, next I have the last 2 books in the Filthy Rich American series by Nikki Sloan. I read the first 3 last year. So this one is McAllister's book. I'm really excited to get to his. I don't know whose book this is. Vance. Who's Vance? Vance. I think like Vance from the After movies. You know, Vance is like... We were just joking. My podcast co-host and I, we've covered all of the After movies on our podcast, but we were just talking about, because we just released our episode for After Ever Happy, the 4th one, and she always jokes about the guy who plays Hardin's accent and how he's like Vance. So I don't remember who Vance is in this. Yeah, I really love this series from Nikki Sloan. Next, I have the 3rd book in the Vancouver Wolves series, The Penalty Box. So I absolutely loved both of the first 2 books, gave those both 5 stars, so I have very high hopes for this one. I think this one is also like mafia-ish, because isn't the guy Russian and he's like from the Russian mafia but now playing hockey? Sign me up. And I have this Thick Boy, The Bargainer series by Laura Thalassa. So is this 4 books? Is it 4 books, I think? This print is literally so small. That's like Bible print. So again, I will probably read this on my Kindle whenever I do, just for the ease of reading it. I know this is like a fantasy romance, so cool. Okay, then I have this shelf. So Devil's Deal by Alethea Romig. Is this a standalone or is this with a... Oh, I think this is a standalone. Straight vibes. So yeah, I honestly don't know what it is, but cool. And then I have Gothicana by Ron. Okay, here's the other one that I was really, really hoping to get to in October. So again, really, really hopeful to get to this one. I've been trying to read this book for like, over a year now, which I know when you say like, if you've been trying to read it, why don't you just read it? Don't, just hold that to yourself. Then I have Real by Kennedy Ryan. Again, this was one that I wanted to read in 2022. This was one of like my 22 books I want to read in 2022. So still would like to get around to that. And Chosen Ones by Veronica Roth. Yeah, this is a fantasy. This is just a fantasy. I don't think it's romance. Veronica Roth's books normally though have like romance subplots in them. So we'll see. Okay, my last row of shelves that I cleared out. So I have 2 Mariana Zapata books. I have Colty and From Luke Off With Love. I'm still trying to do at some point a reading Mariana Zapata reading vlog for the first time. I have started From Luke Off With Love twice and I don't continue. But I will eventually. And I know this is Coach Athlete, so yes, we'll eventually get to those. Then I have Jade West's books that are a part of the Midnight Dynasty series. So hers are Relentless, Soulless, and Heartless. Wait, actually, I think they go book 1, book 2, book 3. But anyways, I'm not normally, I don't know, I haven't had great luck with Jade West's books before, but like I said with Dangerous Temptation from Gianna Darling, I really like this Midnight Dynasty world that all these authors have written in, so I'm still really looking forward to this, and this is one of the characters that I was really intrigued by from one of the other books, so. Next, I have Haven by Rebecca Weatherspoon. This one I actually will for sure be reading in December because it's December Smut Club pick. So this one will get checked off this year. And I have a duet from Anna Zaris. I haven't read anything by her either, but I know she's like a dark romance author. So she's one that I really, really want to get around to. So I have Devil's Lair and Angel's Cage. And I think, is this a nanny romance? Yeah. Single father. Is it mafia? Color me intrigued. And lastly, I have the Boston Underworld series by A. Zavarelli. So the first book is Crow. Then we have Reaper, Ghost, Saint, Thief, and Connor. This one's so tiny. Is this like a novella? Look at how little that is. That's teeny tiny. But yeah, a mafia series. That once again. Alrighty. That's everything. So like I said, I'm going to go through and I'm going to number these before I put them back up. And as I go through, and if I add any new ones to my physical TBR next year, I'm going to start doing reading books off my physical TBR list because it's like ridiculous. This was a lot of books. So I really want to prioritize that next year. So anyways, that is it for today. And like I said, my reading BookTube's most hyped romances reading vlog is going to be up on Tuesday. And yeah, that's it for today. And I will see you when I see ya.